Hello guys, and welcome to episode 10 of my Civilization Beyond Earth playthrough, playing as Chungsu on Rising Tide. And today, well, I get to catch up with you guys in the comments. For the past few episodes they were pre-recorded, and like I've said previously, I do like batch recordings to come out daily of this game. So yeah, I have been catching up with your comments, and there's a few things that I'd just like to go over. The first is, someone suggested that I tile over these Xenamass tiles sooner than later. I'm going to do that straight away. Really good idea. Allows my worker to work on these tiles now that we have the Xenamass well improvement able to be built. Also, a workable Xenamass allows us to build cloning plants, which was something that I was confused about previously. If I go into the technology where we get that, genetic design, it says requires a workable improved source of Xenamass in order to be built in the city that it is in. So yeah, definitely thanks for letting me know about that. You've also suggested that I get more workers, which I will do once I build a couple more settlements. I think for now we've worked the majority of the tiles pretty well. I think I've got enough workers at the moment. I think I've got a couple, and I think that's more than enough for now, because most of our tiles are already worked, as you can see, especially around Gyeongsang and up near Dangyi. We've got a few tiles improved up here, including the oil here, the petroleum. So yeah, there's all that. I am of course going to continue to move Dangyi over this tile, which will destroy the farm unfortunately, but then I'll tile over and get this Xenamass as well. At Gyeongsang we're probably going to tile towards the floatstone, and I'm going to move Yumi down, or I don't even know how to say it still. Somebody please tell me how to say that. It's like Yumu. I'm going to move that down a tile, and then we're going to tile over the Xenamass, floatstone, algae, all that lot. So yeah, all that's going to happen hopefully sooner than later. Moving on, I am going to check the traits of the people who I want to be friendly with.
All day.
So as you can see, if I hover over these traits in the bottom left, I'm hovering over Suzanne Fielding because I want to be friendly with her in order to get potential agreements. So the traits here that I'm going for, I need to have a lot of production in order to make her happy. I need to have good military kills, is that? Based on how many units their military kills on average. Okay, so I need to kill more units and she'll be happy. And also she wants my units to be disciplined, so have higher veterancy. That's easier said than done. I am in a war at the moment, so we can work on that, but there we go. For now, she's going to be annoyed at me. So we also took over Jim Boomba in the last episode. We're going to be moving on from that. We can't really attack these gunners with anything that we have here at the moment. I'm going to have to get my cruiser to come over there eventually. We're probably going to buy another one. In the meantime, let's of course attack this cutter with Dangyi. And we're going to get this cruiser up there to help destroy that soon enough. We do have a Polystralian cutter that will be attacked by my Tide Hunter again sooner than later. We've got a Ripper that can come up and help, although it says that attack is not advisable. Well, let me reconsider then. I think it's probably because it's a major defeat, but these Rippers, and what's the point in having them if I don't use them? So we're going to move them on. So I've done the majority of things. The other thing that I was going to look at is the technologies. I actually have a list of things that you guys have suggested to me in the comments, so I've definitely taken it all on board, and I'm going to have a look around to see what I can do about your suggestions. Getting tac jets early on is something that I was suggested to do. Air units are going to be very, very useful over water, and that is definitely a great suggestion. The other thing that I want to get are carriers. Not quite sure where I get those from. Fabrication apparently. We can get carriers. They can carry the tac jets to other settlements, and we can do massive aerial bombardments. So robotics and fabrication, two militaristic technologies that I will probably go for next. So I'll get robotics going and fabrication after that. We have terraforming nearly complete, so we can build floatstone quarries on our floatstone resources that we have nearby. And yeah, it's all coming along nicely. We're also going to be able to develop another trait soon. So manage my personality traits. We need 405 diplomatic capital. I'm probably going to rank up suspicious, or oh well, subtle's max rank, but we'll get suspicious maxed out, and then we can have a look at doing some domestic personality traits. And a leader with this trait will like or dislike another colony based on how many covert agents they deploy to foreign cities. I think that's why Reginaldo de Alencar likes me so much. Okay, subtle he has. He likes me based on how much covert ops activity I engage in. What about Alpha La? Why does she like me? Probably because of my international trade. And also based on how much of my territory is improved. So yeah, she likes me a lot at the moment. 9 out of 9 respect with her. I think that's all we have to do in this turn though. Quest updated. What's this? Growth potential. Create a trade route with Stet mining. We could possibly do that. Do we have all of our trade routes? Yes, we do. What about our other messages? Expedition recovered 168 culture. We figured that out in the last episode. But yeah, we'll move on now. We're going to probably set up to attack Freeland. We do have this cruiser here, which I am going to send towards Jimboomba. Then from Jimboomba we can actually attack these gunners with the cruiser, which should be good. But yeah, these screamers, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with them. I want to take over Freeland. So we're going to head towards Freeland, probably set up just outside it, and then we can attack it. So, relations in jeopardy with Cavitha and Suzanne Fielding. Jimboomba, still not a happy place to be for civilians. So enemy cutter attacked my city. Looks like my Ripper's being attacked there, which is fine. And the friendly aliens are attacking some Franco-Iberians, I think.
Yes, the world is beautiful and unspoiled, but it is wrong. Correct it at once.
That's terraforming done. So we are friendly with the aliens now because we had an alien nest in our territory for 60 turns.
The first 5 machines of Earth are the wheel, the lever, the inclined plane, the dynamo, and the screw.
And we have level 2 supremacy reached, which is actually going to give us some extra science, which is nice. So let's move this screamer away from Jimboomba. We don't need it to be there. Going to fortify that until healed. Same with the Ripper. Let's attack the cutter with the Tide Hunter. Now maybe I can just finish off... No, I can't. I was going to say I could finish off that cutter with my Ripper, but that's not going to be the case. This Tide Hunter, can it attack onto land? That is the question. Why can't it move? There we go. Yes, we can. Okay, that's good. Awesome. So I was hoping that would be able to do that. We can kill off this cutter by Zhongsang. The one by Dai as well. That one's destroyed. So let's move this one down into range of the cutter there, and we'll take that out. Okay. Upon Australia not having a very fun time. I'm going to move this cruiser into position over here, I think. And we'll attack the armor. Awesome. Jimboomba is starving. Nothing we can do about that at the moment. Maybe my worker can work this tile, but it probably will get captured by the Pol-Australian gunner, so nothing I can do about that. Oh, I could have possibly attacked this Pol-Australian armor with this screamer. That's my bad. Bit of a mistake there. Just going to sleep until healed. That unit. I'm used to saying fortified until healed because of land units, but in this case, it's sleep until healed because they are naval units. And once that has got rid of its resistance, we'll be able to use that. Never mind. I didn't realise an armour would be able to take over the city from water. Didn't know that was a thing. So my bad. I guess we're gonna have to go take that back. We can do it in one turn. So we'll do that. And we'll annex it back again. That destroyed the armor that was in the city as well. So let's move forwards a tile and attack the armor. That should destroy it. Oh, not quite. I'm going to get this Tide Hunter to move up and possibly attack this cutter, but it can't in the same turn, so we're going to use this one instead. Those submarines are really cool. Let's get this cruiser to go join my other military units at Freeland. I think we're getting workers here because every time I take over this settlement it gives me a worker based on my virtue. I'm a bit concerned about what Ark is doing with all these cutters. Zhongsang's nearly finished the thermohaline rudder. And I think what I was going to do with Zhongsang was move it one tile to the right here, so that we tile over the floatstone and get a couple more sea tiles. And that's all we can do for the majority of our units. I'll just finish off moving that Ripper and let's see what happens. Oh, that's what's happening. Ark is attacking the Golden Bell Temple, which is not good for us at all. But it might free up my trade so I can complete the quest. We'll see. Of course, my cruiser does get hit by Freeland. I am going to move away from Freeland with the cruiser, of course, to make sure it sleeps until healed. We're going to upgrade the veterancy of that cruiser. Move it one tile to the left. We will sleep until healed. I move this one tile, upgrade it, and attack that armor. What are we doing with this cruise? I guess just moving it over towards Freeland. The Screamer here. Not sure what I want to do with it. I think I'll just keep it near Jimboomba in case Jimboomba gets attacked again. What's this production for? Zhongsang. So I think we're going to build another colonist, actually. And we'll probably place it over here somewhere, maybe on this sea tile. Yeah, because we definitely want to invest in more settlements now. I was told that you know, building lots of settlements from the start would be a great idea if it was a fresh playthrough. But now we've just kind of got to recover, and we'll get another colonist there. We are obviously going to be taking over settlements as well, so we'll get those to help us out. Maybe I could establish a settlement over here somewhere and connect my territories between what will be my Freeland and Rangi. So at our, let's choose an operation to steal science. And things are really starting to roll in terms of technology, I think. Robotics finishes in 4 turns. I think that got boosted a couple turns because we just completed an operation in this turn. Actually, never mind. We failed to steal science from Ard, so that didn't happen anyway. Right, unit needs orders. We're just going to tell this worker to come back over to our land because, honestly, it's not going to get attacked if I move it past all these military units, and it won't get captured back, and we can get those 2 working on these settlements instead, especially Yagsog after it fully develops. So these rippers will probably act as sort of bait, I guess, for Freeland to attack. Freeland will probably one-shot these rippers, but it's okay, as long as they aren't attacking my Tide Hunters and Cruisers once I get them into position. My health level is too low for Elodie. Reginaldo de Alencar. Really liking my militaristic attitude at the moment. Some really cool units there being used by Brasilia. Looks like my unit's going to be attacked by this missile rover. What are we going to do with this quest decision? I think we're going to get +1 production from dry docks. And our agent in Liqueur needs to do something, so we'll steal science, I think. Unless we steal a technology entirely. I think stealing science is better because it takes less time. Yeah, we'll do that. And also I can just research what I want to then. So that was a successful operation to steal science, and now we only have 1 turn left until we can get tac jets. This Screamer, we're going to move back towards Freeland now. That cruiser's healing up. We'll get these Tide Hunters into position. The Ripper can stay back for now. This one's still healing, so I don't need to move that one. This one can then do nothing for this turn. Make sure to move these workers on. And that's everything. So saving my cash basically for another cruiser at the moment. Boomba, yeah, look at that. Constantly at 1 hit point. So this is nice because what's happening is this missile rover is constantly attacking this Screamer, and the Screamer's just taking it like a champ. And it's also getting a lot of XP from it.
Robots do not complain, question or rest, which makes them good role models for the rest of you.
So Vadim Kozlov said that. We now have access to the auto plant, which could be useful. Extra production and extra energy from international city or station trade routes, which we have a few of, so that's nice. So yeah, we'll probably work on some auto plants and some tac jets. I can already upgrade the tac jet to the needle jet. And we are going to make them good at attacking land and sea units. Because what the plan is with these needle jets is to attack units on the ground and also settlements later on. Let me just check that actually. If we go to upgrade units, there isn't any hybrid affinity like air units, which is a bit of a shame. Let's have a look at the upgrades that we can get. So +2 range when unit has full health. That's kind of useless. +30% against air units, not ideal. What's the secondary upgrade though? 15 HP splash damage to enemy units next to the target, and 30% chance to scatter attacked unit to another tile. What about the purity units? Another +25% against land and sea units. That's really nice. What about this? +50% when attacking cities. Perfect. So we're going to get the purity version of our air units. We're not going to go down the harmony route for those, which does mean I am going to have to focus on purity quite a lot. But for now, we have a cutter to kill, so let's go take that out. We can move this Tide Hunter a tile and also attack the cutter there. I can probably get the cruiser in range, although it's going to be out of moves. We'll use the Screamer to finish it off instead then. Nice. So this trade convoy can't trade with this settlement anymore because it got destroyed by Ark. So instead we're going to trade with Step Mining, and that will complete our quest, which will give us plus 20% yield from trade with Banu Musa for 20 turns, which is really nice because Banu Musa is the one that gives us culture, I think. So we get more culture. Right, this Ripper can just stay where he is for this turn, and we're nearly in position to sort of start attacking Freeland. The trouble is with Freeland is that we won't have any land units to really defend it if we take it over, which could be an issue. And I might have to actually buy a land unit just to help me defend it. So how much is a land unit going to cost? We're going to need something like a brawler in order to defend. So 600 there. Maybe. We'll see. Next turn. We do have a colonist popping out next turn, which should be good. Let's keep these workers on the move. This explorer can leash an alien. Maybe I could do it that way. That's interesting to think about. We're going to fortify that until healed for now. It should heal in like one turn because it's on a city tile. But what I'm going to do is take the explorer over to this island and see if we can recruit some aliens to help us kill land units near Freeland. 3 turns until we can control the fire support from Jimboomba as well. It's annoying that that got taken over because we will be able to use that by now. So, is that visible to Freeland? I want to move it there and find out. Because if submarines are invisible to cities, then I can attack Freeland without being seen. Which is OP, in my opinion. There we go. Not quite sure what's going on here. I think I must have clicked on the map. I can't really see what's happening. Some more Hydra coral being attacked. These Brazilian broadsides and their Brazilian cruisers. And that North Sea Alliance cutter there is actually going to be really annoying when it sits on those tiles. Do we have enough to get another trait? I think we do. Yes, we do. So we are going to get that one. At Mandira, we're going to steal more science. Get our technology on the way. At Gyeongsang, it's tempting to get a tidal turbine, but not just yet. I really need to get some other units on the go. So I'm thinking some like a land unit. Maybe a brawler. That's still going to take 8 turns, my lord. When like a tide hunter would only take 4. Let's get a cruiser. I think cruisers are worth having at the moment. At Dang Yi, we will also build a cruiser, I think. Yeah. And these workers can now head over to my other settlements. You can see the Zenimass well improvements being complete at the moment. And yeah, we'll keep this screamer sleeping until healed. We're going to wait one more turn to attack Freeland, I think. But this Tide Hunter didn't get attacked by Freeland, so we're going to start the assault with that at least. And it is giving experience to my Tide Hunters. Now let's just move this round to here for now. So we have one on either side. This Ripper needs to do nothing for this turn. And this Colonist, where am I going to go with you? Let's see if there's any recommended places. We could go here next to the Zenimass. We could go down here near the Floatstone. I normally figure them out by myself, like places to put the settlements, but it's always good to look for sort of recommendations. So I think, to be honest, I'm probably going to head it over here somewhere. There's a lot of floatstone there that we could use. Or if I made a sea settlement on this tile, we can move across one and then get the petroleum going. The other thing I was thinking about is going up here. Because if I settled on maybe this tile, for instance, we get access to these shells, which give us a lot of production with the bed improvement. And then we can maybe tile towards these fraxite. But I don't necessarily need fraxite if I'm going to be playing Harmony and Purity. I think this one's a good call. Or just here, like I said before. I think maybe there would be a good idea. So we're going to head it in this direction. And I am actually just going to quickly go to the yield icons to see what's going on. So we've got some really rich tiles on land there. So maybe what might be worth doing instead is starting here. We can then gain access to this tile. And then we can move it down one like that. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that instead. So we'll make it go to that tile. Good stuff. Let's move on to the next turn. So Suzanne Fielding is now at war with Cavitha, which is fine. Maybe we should ally with Brasilia, because we have seen that they do have a lot of military units, and maybe they'll come in useful, but it really, I don't know, it really depends if they'll actually help me. Wow, those Marines really killing off a lot of wildlife. That's for sure. Okay, so this cruiser can attack these gunners now, so we're going to get rid of them. This Screamer I am actually going to take out of range of the missile rover now, because honestly that's taking too much damage at the moment. The attack on Freeland was almost pointless at the moment, because it just repaired the damage over the end turn. But we will continue to attack anyway, just because it does give us experience. That Ripper needs to do nothing. And yeah, that's it. Okay. Well, unfortunately, it has been my time, but I think we're doing well with this war. We definitely have it under control, that's for sure, Jim Boom, but because it's on water, it's not going to be taken over anytime soon, and next turn we will be able to start attacking these gunners back, so that's good. We're going to start bombarding these gunners on the shore, make sure we get rid of all of the military units that the Australians have, and then we can go from there. Maybe I should divert my attack to Rangi and take that over first, because that would be a lot easier and they wouldn't take that back anytime soon. And then we can focus on Freeland once maybe I get some ground units. Who knows? Anyway, that's all for now, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.